Hello there, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com and welcome to How WWE Should Book, where I take an angle from now to the future, then challenge WWE to do it better, because I'm a smartass. This time around, how WWE should book. Whoa, whoa, I can't go that high. Whoa, whoa, Wrestlemania 33. Right, so full disclosure, I am filming this on Thursday, the 23rd of February, which means I don't know who is the number one contender between Styles and Harper. I don't know if Naomi's going to make it back in time in front of WrestleMania. I don't know what Seth Rollins' plans are. That's where I am. Fastlane hasn't happened yet, and also Shaq hasn't run in on the big show, making it an all basketball player Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania, and the winner gets a contract to be part of the Golden Truth for a year. None of those things have happened yet. So if this ends up being contradicted, then treat it as a how WWE should have booked. Or don't. I don't care. Because I've got 14 fucking matches to go through, including the pre-show. And I'm gonna do all of them. Just go. Whoa, whoa. WrestleMania 33. So we start off with a fatal four-way tag team championship match for the WWE Raw tag team titles, pitting champions The Club versus Shame Zaro, The New Day, and Enzo and Cass. This is basically one of those everyone in the pool, the water's like warming up. It's not there yet. It's warming up. Look, everyone needs a payday, and to be honest, I'd rather have the New Day make a big entrance at WrestleMania than be in a bunch of skits, because I've seen the skits recently, and they're all about ice cream. Now, I know that they're probably going to come out in a big ice cream or be dressed as big ice cream, or like there's a blimp which drops ice cream on people and one of the parents will be like, my baby, and it'd be like, sorry, but isn't it delicious? It makes sure you ain't cold booty, warm booty, because you want it, like it's in Orlando, so everyone will be warm, so it makes you cold. Look, it's a roomy pre-show that'll last 5 hours, which gives the New Day time to like ride down on little motorbikes dressed as unicorns, or I don't know, like each other in the ring. They'll do something. I would rather have that happen once in like a big set piece than the hosts thing. I don't know. I love the New Day and I want them to like have proper memorable WrestleMania moments, and the cereal box thing was great, but I don't know if I can stomach more than an entrance. I don't know at this point. So the first music we hear of all of WrestleMania will be Enzo and Cass, because if they're good at one thing, and it's not being baby faces, but if they're good at one thing, it's getting everyone hyped. Enzo will come out, he'll be dressed as like a cross between a leopard and like a really sleazy Miami drug lord. Big Cass will be there in his shirt that doesn't cover this nipple. Why? And hey, look, I'd like the Raw belts to be main show worthy, but they're not right now. Not with this card coming up, and not in the current climate where the tag team scene is pretty dead on Raw and a bit on Smackdown. So who would I have win? I would have The Club win, pinning Xavier Woods after Kofi Kingston accidentally hits him with Trouble in Paradise, setting up a very small seed for a New Day breakup. Because I think they're done. I think they're done, guys. Like, this could be slow, like it can build all the way up to maybe SummerSlam, or even longer if they want. Like, it could fall apart at Survivor Series, do proper long-term booking. But I think you need a kernel of it here, because what are they going to sell next? And look, I understand the irony of me saying that. Please do buy Wrestling Issue 4. But I'm just... They are slowly becoming, what with Titus and the they're slowly becoming my least favorite part of Raw. I hate that. So we enter with a story of, can Sheamus and Cesaro coexist? Are they going to turn heel? And we leave wondering about the New Day. So it's a little bit of a subversion there. Next up, a tag match between Alexa Bliss and Mickie James versus Becky Lynch and a mystery partner. That was a bit Scooby-Doo. So here's the deal. Alexa and Mickie spend all the time mocking Naomi for her injury, and they spend the entire time double teaming Becky Lynch, and there's no one who wants to team with Becky Lynch. She's Becky No Mates on Smackdown. So Alexa and Mickie, who are acting sort of like sorority sisters, but like pretty mean sisters. Oh God, no, not them. They challenge Becky to a match, knowing that no one will come out and help her. And Daniel Bryan, because he's a nice guy, he's a fair guy, he says, fine, I'll make that match, but here's the kicker. Whoever gets the pinfall in that match becomes SmackDown Women's Champion. So if Mickie pins Becky, she becomes the champ. And that just sows a little bit of tension between Alexa and Mickie. And then it turns out that who's Becky's partner on the day? It's returning hometown girl, Naomi. I hope she'll be fine for WrestleMania. I'm not sure, I haven't heard reports that she's definitely out. And to be fair, this might be disproved very quickly. So yeah, I'd like Naomi to reappear in her hometown, and she would win the belt after Alexa and Mickie can't get along, pulling each other off of covers and getting in each other's faces. Naomi comes in, clatters them both, and she pins Alexa for the 1, 2, 3. After the match, Becky raises Naomi's hand, shakes it, and then pulls her in nice and close, being like, cool. But that title, I want it. And they just smile at each other, and that's the next feud going forward. Finally, on the pre-show, it's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I really didn't want to put this on the pre-show. Really didn't. It was a toss-up between this and the IC title match. I didn't want to put either on, but it's gonna have to be this. But look, I'll explain it later. I've got plans. Just you stick with me. Anyway, the winner of the Battle Royal is Braun Strowman. Absolutely Braun Strowman. No substitutes, 100% beef. Braun Strowman. Braun. It has to be him. There's no one else. Maybe Sami Zayn, but it has to be Braun Strowman. It should be Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman last. And again, it looks like that Sami's gonna do it. But Braun Strowman, no, Braun Strowman. And he stands Braun Strowman. In the match are guys like Usos, Breezango, Heath Slater and Rhino, Ty Dillinger, Mark Henry, James Ellsworth. Whoa, f*** yourself. So yeah, Braun wins. It's a pretty big deal. Maybe I should put it on the main show. Okay, look, we'll revisit this when we get to the IC title match. Just cut that when it stops being funny, if it ever was. Jesus. Look, we'll revisit this when we get to the IC title match. And now the main show. Whoa, whoa. Fuck this. Fuck it. We open with a multi-man ladder match, because those are really good ways to kick off a WrestleMania, only this time it's not for the IC title, it's for the Cruiserweight title, because they should be on the show. They should be on the show. They will not get better if you don't treat them better. And yeah, a Cruiserweight ladder match, because tonight, I'm gonna get flippy with you. It's been a very singy one, this one. So in the match, you've got all the old favorites. You've got Neville, obviously. You've got Jack Gallagher. You've got TJ Perkins. You've got Brian Kendrick. You've got Rich Swann. You've got Cedric Alexander. And you've got Noam Dar. My boy, Noam Dar. My boy, my boy. And yes, let the stunts commence, basically, because, Edge and Christian and the Hardys got themselves over an outstanding ladder match. Maybe we can get an entire division over with some amazing aerial innovation. Gallagher jumps from the world's biggest ladder with an umbrella. For example, Kendrick can keep avoiding taking big bumps and scurrying up the ladder when no one's looking. Use it to build character. Noam Dar is really vicious, just hitting people in the head as hard as he can with ladders. Rich Swann doing flippy flips, and TJ Perkins actually getting a chance to do some interesting stuff for a change. The winner is, of course, Neville, because he should hold the belt forever. Hashtag Neville should hold the belt forever. Next up, it's the Intercontinental title match pitting Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin. You see my dilemma, don't you? It feels like it has to stay on the show. It's the IC fucking title. And I know Dean Ambrose isn't that hot right now, but Baron Corbin could be. And I honestly think they need the main spot exposure. I mean, thing is, they have the seed of a really good feud. Like, both guys can really ramp up the intensity when they want to. I'd proper have Corbin go nuts after Ambrose, like twice now. Twice, Ambrose has f***ed with Corbin's plans. He eliminated from the Elimination Chamber and in the Battle Royal. And both times, Baron Corbin's like, I'm gonna go balding and mental. Don't, right? In the comments, just f***ing leave it, okay? Just f*** off. I know, no one knows more than me, so f*** off. Baron Corbin's balding and I should be allowed to say that without f*** off. So yeah, have Baron Corbin attack Dean Ambrose on Smackdown and like properly give him an end of days on the concrete. Have him go on Talking Smack and say that Dean Ambrose has lost his edge, that he's a comedy character. You know, shoot on the fact that Dean Ambrose used to be literally one of the hottest guys in the company, and now he's just this goofy kind of sideshow carnival act that people don't really feel like should be holding onto the IC belt. Have that stir Dean up, have him be like, you want to see me get nuts? Let's get nuts. See if we can recapture what made him and Seth Rollins in 2014 the goddamn balls out motherfucking feud of the year. Winner of that match, I would have Dean Ambrose because I think he needs it more, but it honestly should be a showcase for both guys, like proper viciousness. I think you need to have Corbin lay out Dean Ambrose with an end of days afterwards if he's losing. But yeah, I honestly feel like this is something that can run through Payback and maybe even to Extreme Rules if you get it right and really tap into the heart of what these characters are about. Baron Corbin thinks he's better than everyone and thinks he deserves like everything on a plate and is better than all these kind of indie guys. Have him reference Jon Moxley and Dean Ambrose being like, I've tried to be this nice guy for the WWE universe, but I'm gonna have to go to a darker, more primitive place. Right, a fatal four-way match next for the Raw Women's Championship. You got the champion Bayley going up against Charlotte, Sasha, and Nia Jax. Now this has been building up really quite nicely. I know Bayley having the title before Mania isn't ideal, but those are the cards I've been dealt. Wouldn't have it happen yet, to be honest. But going into Fastlane, I think Bayley should retain her belt, but lose the match by DQ. Have Charlotte really ramp up this whole, you know, Bayley's only winning because of Sasha. Sasha's really pathetic. Sasha, you can't hold on to the title, so you're trying to help your friend do it because that makes you feel better by association. You're a pathetic Sasha. Why are you helping Bayley let her fight for her own? Blah, blah, blah. Build that up. Then at Fastlane, I'd have Sasha say, it's really hard to say that. Then at Fastlane, I'd have Sasha say, then at Fastlane, I'd have Sasha, yeah, bastard. Then at Fastlane, I'd have Sasha say, I can't stand no more, and batter Charlotte. That gives Charlotte the DQ win, so she's still queen of pay-per-view in singles matches when there's an R in the month, but also Bayley keeps the title. By the way, if you want to use all those kind of dropped Sasha says takes, might be funny, I don't know. Also, Nia Jax is still around and still trying to re-hurt Sasha's leg. And so the feuds going into this match will be Bayley versus Charlotte and Sasha versus Nia. But afterwards, the feuds coming out will be Nia versus Charlotte and Sasha versus Bayley. Because I would have Nia take herself and Charlotte out of the match by spearing Charlotte through the barricade, so they're both taking themselves out. And Charlotte can maybe turn face on Nia, maybe winning a match by count out next pay-per-view and then finally getting a pinfall victory over her at Extreme Rules, maybe. But yeah, Sasha turns heel. Hi. Hello.
Carry on.
I can't. I've got... Shh. So, yeah, Sasha Banks turns heel and what? Hi, guys.
Oh, we're weak. Oh, it was terrible. I think it's not a bad night.
You have a good time.
Good though, wrestling.
Bye. Probably don't want to use that. So it's left down to Sasha and Bayley. Sasha hits Bayley with a big move, tries to pin her, Bayley kicks out. Sasha locks her in the bank statement and Bayley stays in it for ages and she just refuses to submit. She keeps fighting and she refuses to black out. And Sasha is just wrenching her and wrenching her and wrenching her until eventually she just drops Bayley, and in the spirit of Fatal 4-Ways, because it's no DQ, she's like, right, what can I do? She picks up the Raw Women's belt, she smashes Bayley in the face with it, and she pins her. Because you know what? No more coddling Bayley. I am gonna hold on to this title forever. Because you know what? Bayley and Sasha bring out the best in each other, and Sasha is a goddamn fantastic heel. So, the final match of this half of the booking video, we're going to end on this. We're going to end on the Smackdown Tag Team titles. Now, I know it feels like that they should not be on the main show. So, the Smackdown Tag Team division is weird. Vaudevillains, oh, sorry guys. Heath Slater and Rhino, nothing like that's fallen off. Breezango, a hair away from softcore pornography. The Usos have gone mental. Like, who's under your bed? It's an oos. Oh, who's that creeping out the shower? It's an oos. Oh, I'm in your head and I've ooze. Yeah, weird promos. Also, Elimination Chamber, American Alpha did the whole, we're challenging everyone in the pool. The water's freezing. And they beat everyone. Well, not everyone, they entered second to last. But they have a legitimate claim to say, there's no one, we have no competition. That's where I'd bring in the Revival. So, if you don't know who the Revival are, that's easily fixed. Go to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2 and watch the tag match between DIY and the Revival. Then go to NXT TakeOver Toronto and watch the 2 out of 3 Falls tag match between DIY and the Revival. And come back, apologize, and get excited. The Revival are brilliant. They are the Brainbusters, basically. And the Revival are basically the Steiners meets My Little Pony. So Steiners versus Brainbusters, yeah, no, it's also, they fought before at TakeOver Dallas. It was really good. It was really good. So let's have that again, please, because that is a sort of feud you can build a division around. So have the Revival debut at the end of February, beginning of March, and just f someone up. F up Heath Slater. F him up. Do that thing that they do where they get like a submission hold on his knee and then someone jumps from the top rope onto the knee and it just like, do that and just prove that they are immediately dangerous. So they're smart, they're ruthless, and they're coming for the tag team titles, and also they've got a past history they can play off. American Alpha can say to the Revival, hey, do you remember what happened last year at WrestleMania weekend? The Revival can say, yeah, do you remember who then beat you the next takeover? So yeah, build it like that, and at the main match itself, despite American Alpha locking the Revival in dual ankle locks, the Revival topple American Alpha to become the new tag team champions. But they're not done. See, they're intimidated by American Alpha, so they want to make sure they put them on the shelf for good and they don't have to offer a rematch. So to do that, they get Chad Gable's leg, they wrap it in a submission, one of them goes to the top, and just as they're about to jump off, we hear da 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 dum 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 dum. Holy shit. Yes, motherfuckers! Kurt Angle comes out and basically what everyone wants. He comes to save American Alpha because they are the world's greatest tag team. He's headlining a Hall of Fame class, and like Hogan did when he headlined, he should come out, get a huge pop, and give the rub to American Alpha. Even though they lost, he helps them fight off the revival, and he raises their hands, and everyone's like, awesome. Because even if you've never seen NXT and don't quite get how good American Alpha are, if Kurt Angle says they're good, the casual fans are like, right, these guys are the future of the division. So with the shot return of Kurt Angle, that's where we leave things for now. Part 2 is coming very, very shortly, but let me know in the comments how you're enjoying the booking video so far, whether there's anything you would change. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.